create a good financial situation. We know that money alone doesn't make us happy, but its absence can cause a degree of worry and tension that can ruin a relationship. It's a sad fact that this is the main reason for most divorces, although with a well-functioning common strategy, there is a lot we can do to help. One of the most effective ways to do this is to pray to God every day for this area also, whilst doing everything we possibly can ourselves. For example, we set ourselves financial goals, writing them down, preparing a written action plan, broken down into deadlines, years, months, weeks, and if necessary, days, and then actively work to find the solutions which achieve our goals. It is our natural desire to live in a comfortable home with our family. We need not only the basics, we also want things that give us rest, relaxation, and a recharge in our fast-rushing, always something to be done lives. We strive to help our children's learning and development, but of course, high-quality schooling, music learning, dancing, and other activities all have a price. How can you spend money on recreation and holidays if you're having difficulties with providing even the basic material things? No way! Due to our financial difficulties, we have not been able to go on a vacation abroad for more than 10 years. We live in a one-bed flat with no garden or backyard. We could make a long list of what we need and what we don't yet have, but we are trying to live a life of gratitude to God. So many families are homeless. So how could we fail to be thankful for God for this tiny apartment? Too many children and families are starving and have no clothes. If we have these, then what's the reason to complain? We can go on small trips and join activities nearby us, or at least within the country where we live, while many people don't have the opportunity to do even that. If you have hands, feet, and health, then you can work to support your family, and that's a great asset in itself. If you have children, you have more precious treasure than any millionaire or king. We're saying this honestly, without exaggeration. There are far more reasons for joy than sorrow. We are often in financial difficulties, but letting them dominate our thoughts would result in so much stress and sleep disturbance and illness that it would only exacerbate the already critical situation. As Christians, how do we deal with material things? What does God teach us about this? The main key rules are: let's refuse to worry and stress about anything. Let's read over and over again and memorize Jesus' teaching on the providence of God. That's in Matthew 6, 25 to 34, and Luke 12, 22 to 31. We should deliberately turn our attention to God and strengthen our relationship with Him. Let's ask God for help. If things have got us under pressure, let's tell Him honestly, as it is. God doesn't need any secretiveness or pretense, because He sees everything and knows everything anyway. Let's open up our problems to Him. If we are in financial trouble, we can ask Him to teach us what to do and show us how to recover from our financial difficulties. Biblical financial principles. It is not a sin at all to have a great fortune. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil, and not simply money itself. See 1 Timothy 6, verse 10, and Hebrews 13, verse 5. Just as it can be wasted, it can also be used for good things if we have the intention of helping others. It's up to us how we use it. God teaches us to manage money very consciously. In addition to giving, He He also teaches us to save. He forbids us to scatter our wealth without thinking. It is God's command to give Him a tenth of all our income, because we get 100% from Him. Tithing, which we give to serve the house of the Lord or to help the poor, reminds us that we have received everything from God. Tithing teaches us self-discipline and how to distribute our money in the right proportions. We have to keep good records to know what our current income is and how much a tenth of that is, and so on. It also helps us to stay free from the love of money and not to cling to it too much. Tithing is a form of help that enables us to put others in a better, more favorable position. We would want others to help us likewise if we needed it.
Salvation and the breastplate of righteousness. We put on the belt of truth to gird our loins. We put on the shoes of the gospel of peace. We take up the shield of faith and the sword of the Spirit in our hands.